Is that God in his Trinity and fathers and mothers? A question. I will say that the ancients did not arise. God revealed himself as Mekki, Father. In our time, I would say in this early 20th century, arises through several feminist movements in particular, who even go back to translating the Bible by saying high place. For example, our Father who is in heaven, our Mother who is in heaven. The reality is that the question arises really provided first to understand that when God is called Father, C is a metaphorical analogy that means that according to what we are, we father and mother, and well, to understand his Trinitarian mystery, he says to himself Father. He says that his Son is a son, but in reality God, I would say, contemplates him even eternally, and his Son makes it in his own eternal knowledge that he has of himself identical to himself, light of the light, and is called Son to make it clear that as he is identical to the God parity, well, he is a person like God because the Father knows perfectly, so his verb is similar to him, and it is God also uses this metaphor of paternity because he makes us in his image. So to express something is to say that it is a person, that all this is interpersonal relationships of infinite people. Obviously here again these are comparisons. Now we notice that this image of God in the Bible from the very beginning, from the Genesis, it is manifested in the man and the woman, men and women, he made them in his image, and the girls, and for that we must understand what symbolically means the man, the image of the man, and the image of the woman. For that, and it is necessary to refer to a drawing that does not come from Christianity and Taoism, and which I believe expresses most perfectly the way in which the ancients understood this natural complementarity between the man and the woman. It is the famous yin and yang of this religion. We see there is no opposition but perfect harmony, which gives a circle, but according to his elders on the side of the man we will put rather qualities. I say much earlier, this n is not the absolute, as there is also a point of masculinity in the woman and a weight of femininity in their walls. Will instead put on the side of the man qualities like physical strength, rational power, that I would say build houses or engineer, and these qualities there, and indeed it is the one that is first attributed to Father the Father, because he built the world, he created from scratch, and so when he revealed himself at the beginning of the writing, well, it's in terms of his power and his creative intelligence that he did it, but beware, it was not the apex of the revelation anyway. Whatever is attributed to the power of God, usually by convention, the Catholic Church always has attr to the Father, not that the Son and the Holy Spirit would not be powerful, but because the Father is from him that everything proceeds, all that is intelligence, deep intelligence of the mystery, it has been attributed to the sons because the Son the knowledge of the Father, and it is besides the Son who became man to reveal to us who is the Father. The woman, as for her in this schema of the yin and the yang, the woman, one will rather attribute to him qualities like love is a source of life. So love bears the child, its forms will be moreover and less square as the shoulders of a man who is free. Will also attribute humility because it does not put supreme value in things that interest man, the politic shown on the outside, but in the inner interiorized things. And indeed in the Christian religion, at the end of the story, when the Verb became flesh and it is come ultimate years, he revealed more than the power of the Father. He evoked the reason that explains all that the Father has done, and this reason is the Holy Spirit, i.e. the love between the Father and the Son is infinite love, reciprocal, who is God, and that love that made that for free without seeking seeking to have any interest because of and to perfect himself he has created little beings to communicate to him his happiness. That Holy Spirit is the one that comes in the form of a dove, sweet dove, who sings in the chorus of men, and actually that Maximilien Kolbe, a saint more in the 20th century in Auschwitz, killed by the Nazis, and well said that if ever the Spirit had to incarnate, and it is not the case, he did not incarnate, he comes to live in our heart, but if he had to do it well, he would have incarnated in the form of the Virgin Mary's the Virgin Mary. That is the perfect woman, she that in the plan of God she was meditating from the outset, the one who has created, crush the demon's head by his humility, par his love. So we can say that almost, I would say in quotation, the Virgin Mary, she is the perfect image of the Holy Spirit, and she is a woman. Therefore, if we ask ourselves the question, is there is a God of femininity, is what God is a woman? Well, I would say there are in him all the qualities of the man, of the woman, who is, besides he has separated in the two sexes without saying it is precisely not separated, but who has distinguished it, and that ultimate man's the secret of God. These are feminine qualities. That is why the largest human person in paradise is the Virgin Marie, because the primary values that make greatness in paradise is not the intellectual power, it is by the muscular power makes the humility, the love. These are feminine values.